I would say it's 100% exactly what we had in our head. Our film is actually it's a proof of concept for a television series, and it's a prequel to the action of the series. So the action of the series starts the next election cycle 4 years later. And when we were thinking, well, we need to do a short film, a proof of concept, I thought, oh, let's just do episode 1. And Drew came up with the idea of, no, let's do what happened before that leads up to episode 1. And for me, in terms of our vision, and I think it's because we were really all on the same page, Jeff, you can speak a little bit to that, about from page to screen. It's exactly what I think we had in our heads.
Yeah, I would very much agree. Reading the script and getting even pulled into the first table read of the whole episode, and then saying, all right, if we go with a proof of concept, what do we pull over and how do we create those little perfect moments that would give just enough of a tease, as it were, to indicate, hey, where do you think we could go next? And just working together as such a team, I think probably the only way that we maybe modified it, which was just such a great process to be sitting there as a collaborative doing, was casting. And I really applaud both Drew and Susan as writers too. None of our casting was described in terms of any specificity of ethnicity. So it was true open casting. And then what happened was such a maturation process, I think, for us as well, going, wait a second, this builds an interesting backstory, and then started to fuel some conversations internally that we could use to motivate the actors, as well as possibly going back in and looking at the script going forward in the episodic.
Yeah, and I'll just add to that. So Elliot Garcia, who plays my husband, he was the only Latino guy that auditioned for that particular role. Everybody was, salt and pepper hair, sort of like George Clooney type, whatever. And we were like, oh, we go this direction and we get a whole backstory for how these two characters met, which then becomes part of the actual series. So that was fun and interesting for us. But otherwise, it was basically everything page to screen, I would say.